well, the last video just shut me down in mid-sentence. It ended in an appropriate place, but my hard drive is full. I have a backup drive, but my adapter's not working right now. I'm going to have to get a new adapter. And I really don't have a lot on this drive. It's just all programs. But I wasn't finished saying what I wanted to say. I want to get everybody up to speed, because that's really what needs to be done right now. We need to get up to speed. In the age of Pisces, we've all been on automatic. We have been led from Rome, which is read-only memory. Read-only. You only get what you get from the book. That's all they're giving you. It's read-only memory. The RAM, which is Aries, the random access memory, has been really kept from us for a long time. And then the REM, or Remulus and Romulus, is completely ignored. They killed him, right? They killed the dream, the REM state. They killed the dream. So we've been running on automatic. And people are used to it. Very few people know how to drive a manual transmission anymore. That's being taken from us. Technology, it does it for you. You don't even understand the transmission. All you know is you get in, you turn the key, you drive it. You don't have a clue what this how this car is built that you drive. And the same is with your body. You don't have a clue how to drive it manually. You've been running on automatic since birth. But they will call his name Emmanuel. He's the fifth manual. It's the Emmanuel. And you have to know how to do it. Let me change this. It's about the transmission. We have to transfer ages is the mission. And y'all are running on an automatic transmission. And when it goes down, you're shit out of luck. You have to get a new transmission, a new mission. When it breaks down, you have to get it fixed. You can't keep going. If you're driving a manual transmission vehicle, you have a clutch. And you engage the clutch to shift. The automatic does it for you. It does the shift for you. But in this one, you have to shift yourself. Sometimes the clutch goes out and you can't shift, but you can. If you know what you're doing, it's called speed shift. What you do is you get the car up to the speed of the gear that you want to be in, and then you just shift it into that gear with no clutch. It's called speed shifting. When your pressure plate goes out in your clutch, your pressure plate, listen to what they've called it, your pressure plate goes out. You have to know that you can speed shift. To speed shift, you have to get caught up. You have to get up to speed. You have to get up to the speed you need to be in that gear. And then you just manually shift into that gear and you can continue on. You probably can't get a reverse. I think when your clutch plate goes out and you can't get it into, your clutch doesn't work, so you think you can't get it into any gear, but you can. If you sync them up, they have to be in sync. I know my N's look like W's. I need to stop that and just start doing that. It's just programming the way we were taught. And then scribble. Which reminds me of my N's looking like W's. Let's talk about the God of the Old Testament. They call him the YHVH, but I say it's a YHCH. It's Yod He Vav Chet. It's not Yod He Vav He. He and Chet look just alike. They look almost identical. Like if I write my N's like that, and it can look like a W, right? Yod He Vav Chet, earth, water, fire, and air. The 4 symbols for the elements. Okay, now let's talk some more about this God, the God of the Old Testament. The 10 Commandments. Let's start in the 10 Commandments. When it tells you, first commandment, you shall have no other God before me. That is the first commandment in astrology for the age of Aquarius. You start the first house in Aries, because it was the house that rose in the spring equinox. And that was the rule for that day. Most people in the pews, in the churches, when we look at Leviathan, his head is still in Aries. All that force and power is still in Asia. It's all an Asian Oriental mentality. Religion. It's a man-made construct, but presented to us from the script. It's just been scribbled, so we can't read it. It's like honor thy mother and father. That's telling you, you must acknowledge the masculine and the feminine. And in a patriarch, they are not doing that. They suppress the feminine and exalt the masculine. And that's why it's a failure. That's why they have to force it on everybody. It's very unnatural to us. This war thing is very unnatural. They have to program it into us. It's a learned thing. It's a taught, programmed initiative. What else do I want to tell you about? The 10 Commandments, one we already know. It's a select few out of the commandments that came out of Egypt. And the law of Ma'at, the Book of the Dead. This is all old ancient knowledge. But when you talk pure Egypt, I'm not talking Greek influenced or Bible, Bibble, Babble scribbled. But the true Isis knowledge there, Venus on earth knowledge, understanding, that's the right hand of the Messiah, that Ankh. The Ankh is another symbol for the fixed cross, or the man on the cross. The Black Lodge should be the right hand of the Messiah. And it's the corrupt hand of the age of Pisces, because it's all been Bible, Bibble, babbled by the Orient, by Asian influence. And it's spread everywhere. It's all Jupiterian and what I call Martian. It's Martian worship and Jupiter worship. It's the worship of power, force, empire, control, and it's all coming to an end. That's why you're told, what is commandment? Thou shalt have no graven images of anything of heaven and earth, because it's an age of water and fire. You're not, basically what that commandment's saying is it's this God talking, and he's telling you, no Saturnalian imagery, please. Saturn rules heaven and earth with Venus and Mercury. So no images of them, just Jupiter and Mars, the sun and the moon. You can't have any of this imagery in the age of Aries or Pisces. So now it's time for this imagery. We're moving into heaven on earth. So they pervert it before they give it to us. They're going to give it to us. But they're going to give it to us. And it's time for everybody to get up to speed. Your transmission is down. There's no more incoming information. You must go within and learn how to speed shift if you want to get anywhere. Or know how to fix your automatic transmission so you can just glide in the free ride. But everybody's going to have to know how to manually transmit in the age, or transmission in the age of Aquarius. We're moving to heaven on earth. All of these water and fire symbols will be done away with. They'll all be gone. All of them. Because we're moving into heaven on earth. The new fire symbols we get will be the true pure fire symbols. All this perversion will be done away with. And you know how they take and invert and pervert the symbolism that they're giving us, like giving us Baphomet for Pan. We can do the same thing. We can invert and pervert their symbolism, and it disempowers them. It disenfranchises them. That's why their symbol like this, all it takes. That's all it takes. And it disempowers their symbol. Just one plumb line right down the middle. Level it out. One horizontal line. And they're disempowered. And we move from the battle of fire and ice to heaven on earth. Alright, did everybody get up to speed on that one? I hope so. Go be the kindness